The boat is a Sea Knight. It's a Glen-l Sea Knight. I haven't named it yet. I'm waiting for that aha minute to finally pick the name. Well, actually, when I was a kid, I grew up with a friend of our family's had a wood boat on one of the local lakes, a wooden inboard, and so I've always loved wood boats, always enjoyed it. And years ago, I had a couple of Chris Craft cruisers, 20-some foot cruisers, and then got married and had kids, and so the big boats went away for a while. And my son and I think it was 1998, he and I were, he's 12 at the time, and he and I were at the boat show around Minneapolis, and we were looking at some of the antique old wood boats. And I told him, I said, you know, before I die or get too old, I said, I want to build or restore a wood boat. And he looked at me and he said, well, why don't you? And so here we are. We went back and looked at the Glen-l catalog. I had been looking at Glen-l catalog since I was a kid, like a lot of us. And finally went there and we looked at a bunch of the different designs and settled on the Sea Knight. And so I ordered a frame kit. I started with the boat in March of 1998. And I first launched it in October of 2006. And so it didn't, I mean, even though it took that long before it saw water, it didn't actually take that long to build. I logged all my hours, and I've got about 600 hours in the boat. As far as how much I got into it, I've saved all my receipts. I haven't added it up, but I would guess maybe $6,000. Not all that much. It's lumber and fiberglass and screws and time, basically. And on this trip here, I just turned 3,200 river miles, put 238 on this week. So I pretty much use it up around our area for traveling the rivers, Mississippi River, Minnesota River, St. Croix. And now here, since I've been coming here the last 3 years, I've gone from here to Nashville twice, once with one of the other guys in with his boat, Ray Mackey. The first year, last year, Dave Grace and I went up in this boat. And then this year I came down here on Monday and I went down to Joe Wheeler State Park and back before the gathering here. So it's been great. I've never been a real big blog type internet guy. And a couple of years ago, well, you know, the Glen-l's got the forum, and I started going on there and reading a few things and saw that there was a lot of questions and answers going on there. And as I was reading through, I noticed that Bill Edmondson and some of the guys were talking about getting together and down here, so I just kind of followed along. And what I think started as just a few guys talking about getting together really took on a life of its own. Some of the guys knew each other through the forum, being online, but none of us knew each other till we got here. And it's great. Everybody gets along. Everybody has a good time. A bunch of us met up in Chattanooga on Thursday night and stayed overnight on the Delta Queen because one of the guys was interested in that. And it's just kind of taken on a life of its own, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of good information on that forum.